Hello and welcome back to The Brompton Guy. In today's episode we take the Brompton back out on another 100km ride. This time we take it to visit some of Scotland's finest lochs and some of its finest towns. We visit Loch Long, we see Loch Lomond, we visit such towns like Arrochar, Balloch, Helensburgh, just to get that full Scottish experience. There was one thing I was uncertain of at the very start of this, and that was, can I actually do a 100k ride on the Brompton? It's been a while, but with all my events coming up, the training was necessary, so let's sit back, relax, and cue the intro.
He's the Brompton Guy!
Righty route, just a little bit of canal cycling, 10 more k, all the way up to Dumbarton, Kev, yeah? I've never been on this path before, and I had no idea it was so long, but it's a really nice start to the day. The canal looks a little bit cleaner than I remember, and there's more people, which is quite pleasant. So far we've got the weather, which looks lovely, and I'm actually in shorts for a change in March. I actually have a feeling I could take the little jacket off, but I'm going to wait and see how stuff goes. But yeah, so far a really clean start, and looking forward to crank down the other 120k. Here we go.
So we just had to make a quick pit stop to pick something up for Kevin. We're in a couple of tea in, but Kevin wanted Vaseline. I'll leave you to guess for what.
The Erskine Bridge.
We now find ourselves cycling to Dumbarton, which lies slightly inward from the north bank of the River Clyde. Interestingly, the name Dumbarton refers back to its origins coming from Scottish Gaelic, which translates to Fortress of Bretonians. And it became well known for its shipbuilding and playing a major role in the industry back in the early 1800s. I personally really like Dumbarton because it hosts an amazing array of rock climbs at Dumbarton Rock itself, which also holds a phenomenal castle on top of it.
So we've navigated the canal, and now we're on the road to Helensburgh, which is probably a little more frustrating for drivers because it's a single lane each way, but I'm sure they'll be patient enough with us. So far it's been really nice. The weather has just been divine, proper divine. Starting to get the views, looking out, and yeah, so far the wind's been in our favour. Bunch of tailwind, so I can't complain.
Honestly, at this point, we really lucked out with the weather. We had some amazing tailwinds going up this road, and the sun was just perfect to heat us up lightly enough without making us sweat. We'd honestly picked a great day for this.
Right, we've just reached Helensburgh. I think I might get the drone out at some point, get some aerial shots. Kind of a fast-paced road there, very different from the start. I think we are over halfway now, so we'll be stopping for food in under probably 25k now. And yeah, weather's still pleasant, and we still have tailwinds, so onwards and upwards.
Helensburgh city centre, it really is one of those magnificent destinations just to come and visit for the day. You can't really go too wrong with a destination like this. The architecture is amazing and has some amazingly locally sourced food right on the beachfront itself. We simply stopped for a quick appreciation of the views, a light bite to eat, and simply to recharge our batteries a little bit just before pushing on to Arrochar.
3k in. Kevin behind me. Way! It's getting a bit more headwindy now. Foot stops around 60k. Yeah, going all smooth so far. Coming into some of the nice views. And yeah, keep it going really.
As you can start to tell from the weather itself here, the sun has now tucked itself behind the clouds, and it's at this point I'm actually starting to notice it is a little bit chilly without that lovely sun tickling on your skin.
Woo! Just coming out Gare Loch head and had the first major climb, which I wasn't expecting. It said on the road it hit around 15%. I'm going to have a look back in the Garmin app, but it was a big slog to the top. But I think we're almost there now, over 50 k's to go, well over 50 k's in. And yeah, food will be soon and I cannot wait for it. But so far the weather's still holding out. Got a little bike next to my Brompton, which isn't mine, but it looks a little bit flowery to cycle. And then my baby there, she's doing well, backpack's doing well, and all the good stuff. So onwards and upwards to the village inn.
Oh, the village inn felt like a distant memory, but me and Kevin were dedicated to get there as quickly as possible so that we could actually get a nice bit of heat, because the wind chill has started to go up and we've been cycling into strong headwinds. There was nothing that could stand in our way.
I had the first mechanical here. Yeah. That luckily wasn't me.
Sadly, it was me.
Just before the food stop, so it means it'll be a horrible last cold cycle to the food stop, then contemplating life. I should take the time to note that the Tubolitos are still going strong. They've now, when I looked last night on Strava, done almost 200 miles. So yeah, follow up video soon. Howdy, so we are 64k in. Food should be coming up soon. Kev's puncture's repaired. It's got colder. And we're heading into a headwind. But we should be arriving in Arrochar shortly, which sounds bliss. All I know is I want a soup and some kind of chunky bread, and a fire to be on, and all the good stuff you associate with a pub. Scenery's getting really nice, and here we are, going to Arrochar.
Well, okay, maybe one thing could stand in our way. Obviously none of us expected to get a mechanical, but it did allow me to take advantage to get the drone out and to get some lovely aerials of the surrounding area that we happened to be stuck in. But now with the mechanical repaired, it really was time to get ourselves some food.
Welcome to Arrochar. Pretty nice but windy. We've had the headwind the whole way up that road. We can see the village into the right there, and the food is going to be most welcomed up in here. And we are here, the village inn. It looks really pleasant. Overlooks here, Scotland flags and all, and yeah.
You said you couldn't remember if you'd been in here before.
Nah, I just don't remember at all.
Right, and we finished lunch slash dinner. It's quite late. The cobbler's behind me. Still cycling into headwinds. Definitely getting cold, without a doubt. plan at the moment is to make it down to Balloch train station and then hop the train back to Balloch, mainly because we're going to lose light soon, and we've got lights with us, but I'd rather just take the comfortable option and get out the cold, to be honest. It's still been a lovely day, and it's pretty much just a nice easy road all the way to we go to Luss, we'll be cycling down Loch Lomond, and then we'll finish in Balloch train station. So yeah, always against time. Here we go.
Loch Lomond. Now this is what people associate with Scotland, right? Absolutely beautiful and tranquil. You could just get lost in this area for as long as you wanted. Well, that's my normal experience. I don't typically ride my bike up and down it, which I learned was way more challenging than I was expecting. I'd already tired legs and the cold was already really strong, but we were cycling down a really bumpy road on lower energy into a ferocious headwind. It just felt monotonous. I was just hoping for it to come to an end and counting down the km to get there, but I knew it'd be over at one point.
Kevin up in front, Hughes to the side, got me opening coming up for you here. A wee bit of the look-see. Yeah. Scotland, baby. Scotland. It's monotonous, but we're getting close to Luss now. The sign's just passed there that says Luss. Oh, it is just relentless. Non-stop, same looking scenery, headwinds. Oh, yeah. Hey, past Luss, get to Balloch. This little garden that I've just came in across. Way! That's really nice. Also, my butt is in bits. The Scottish roads are awful and I do not recommend them, and I will not go back on that. See you at the end. Chilling out on the train, Mr. Brompton with me. I take up very little room. Where does Kevin? 2.5, well, would be 3 seats. It's actually a good armrest, man. Practical.
And with that train ride, we can conclude this episode. It certainly wasn't my plan to get the train back to Westerton and then cycle home, but with the declining conditions and nightfall coming in, we decided to cut our losses and get the train back there. When we got to our train stop and then the cycle home from there, we ended up just shy of the 100k mark, coming in at 99.6. It really was a great experience in doing this on the P Line rather than my standard C Line at the time. I just enjoyed the bike way more, and the responsiveness of it really helped on that. I mean, it managed to keep up with the road bike for the majority of the cycle, so me and Kevin were actually very well paced on the cycle itself. Like always, I wish there was a little bit gearing range on it, and maybe that is where this 12-speed will fill in, but I certainly do enjoy the P Line significantly for those longer cycles. It certainly was a bumpy one, and I think I will take a good 2 to 3 days to let my butt fully recover, but I'm very grateful to be starting these big training rides, and I look so forward to present all the events I have coming up this year, and all this hard work that goes into it just means when I come to event day, I'm not feeling as silly as I have to be. But as always on the Brompton Guy, thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you have enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like, as it helps us get this video out to more people. And if you've enjoyed the content you've seen on the channel, please hit that subscribe button. But as always, thank you so much for your time and enjoy your night.
He's the Brompton